All right. What is going on, my people? My people. All right. So, I have no plan for today's video. The only thing I have in mind was something I wrote down in my notebook and that I didn't bring, and now I'm going off of memory. And my memory is not awesome. But I do remember me talking about Whetstone and how grateful I was and am for Whetstone, and how it's actually turned out to be I thought I saw a train. No train, we're good. It's turned out to be even more complex and intense kind of than I thought it would be. When I first applied there, I was just like, oh, it's just a climbing gym. We're just going to be like, I don't know, working front desk and like saying hello to people and saying, hey, welcome in, how's it going? That's kind of all that I expected at the very original, like very, very much so at first. And then as I kind of started to think about things more and things started to develop and things started to happen a little bit, I kind of quickly learned that it'd be a little bit more involved than that. And I got nervous there for a little while about having to just do customer service again, and have to just be engaged and be working with people and, be speaking in front of people and doing more public speaking and kind of that whole thing. I was starting to, the butterflies were starting to get going a little bit. And then I started to actually work there, and it turns out that it's even more of that than I thought. Where I'm having to do more public speaking than I thought, more teaching, more presenting myself than I ever really expected. And that's actually going to even happen more and more, I think, in the future as I get more experienced. Because I actually really like that, and I really enjoy that as much as I feel nervous about it. And I even like right now I'm just going to teach some little kids like 4 to 7 years old. I still kind of get nervous about that because it's just me having to be on my game a little bit and present myself. Even if it is just a children, I still kind of feel those butterflies, So I guess I was thinking about butterflies it seems like a lot of these videos somehow make me think about this girl that I used to see. Anyway, the whole butterflies thing just reminded me of a little story. So that's why I got a little sidetracked. Anyway, Whetstone has become even more intense and complex, and there's a lot to it. It's more than just like a climbing gym. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to memorize and remember. There's a lot to, be aware of, and a lot of things you have to be conscious of. And that's awesome. That's exactly the kind of job that I was searching for and am enjoying. Is a job where I'm engaged and focused, and I can be social, and there's people around me, and I'm having to show up mentally prepared. I don't want a job where I don't even have to be there mentally. Like Blue Ridge, the furniture place that I work at, is I have to be there mentally to an extent, just so I don't like fuck everything up and destroy all of his furniture. But a lot of it I can kind of just do without even thinking about, and I just sort of knock it out, which probably is not the best thing. I could improve my furniture making skills if I was fully focused on the thing, but the reality is I'm just not invested in that. It's kind of fun, it's okay here and there, but I'm much more focused on Whetstone and my climbing career and my climbing goals. Really, Blue Ridge is just kind of a way for me to make money in the meantime. That's kind of all that it is. It has been kind of useful and cool to learn new things. I have enjoyed that, and I do to an extent still. That's not the point of that job, though. Basically, the only reason I got that job was because I was so desperate to leave Sears Trostel. Oh my goodness. I was so burnt out on being bored and looking for things to do that I would take basically any job that I was offered. And he offered me that job, and at least he's keeping me busy. That's one of the big things, is I'm actually doing things, so that's good. My mind isn't really invested that often, though, honestly. Usually my mind is everywhere else but the thing I'm working on, which is an interesting thing. There's probably a few lessons there. Let's see, where else was I going to go with this? I was showing my house today. There was a few people that were wanting to sublease, or rent the room that is being subleased. And I thought it was just interesting how, not even interesting, just how actually quite common and normal it is for people to bail. So I had blocked out some time to help my old roommate out and show the house and just kind of give some information, and just kind of try to do what I can for him, because I think he's a good guy and he deserves it. I think. I never honestly got to know him that well. Anyway, he's gone now. He moved out. There were supposed to be 3 people coming in today to look at the place. 2 of them bailed. The other one was there for like 3 minutes and then he left. So I had this whole chunk of time blocked out where I was supposed to be showing the house and doing this thing, but people bailed. People flaked on me, and for whether it be a good reason or not, I don't know. Probably not the best reason, honestly. I don't have a lot of faith in people and their excuses, because they're everywhere. But I don't know. I guess I don't really know what I was wanting to say on that, besides just me being accustomed to people bailing on like everything all the time. Everyone has so many excuses, and I think that there's just a lesson from that, even just now today, from those guys bailing. There's a lesson right there, and it's about being disciplined and following through with your word. There's a lot to that I think is lost for a lot of people today. People don't follow through with their word. It's so easy to bail. I mean, they both texted me. They're like, "Hey, can't do it. Sorry." Like, whatever their reason was, I don't even really care. They bailed though. That's all that I heard. Really, was just, "Can't do it. See ya." Which I was kind of half expecting that anyway. I mean, that's just kind of what I anticipate now. Is unfortunately, and it's kind of sad that I'm not able to expect people to be accountable for themselves. I don't really expect that anymore, which is kind of sad, because I think that you should be able to do that. It's not a difficult thing to do, to just follow through with what your word is, and actually, well, I guess you know what I'm saying. I don't need to rephrase that, I guess. But anyway, I guess that's really all that I had to say on that piece of it. Is just that there's lessons everywhere, and that was one of them. Was don't flake so easily. If you say, because now that whether they know it or not, I was gonna say I wasted my time today, but that may or may not be actually true. I mean, I had blocked out time that wasn't used for them. I ended up doing a couple other things. I took a little nap, which was kind of nice. But maybe it's not a waste of time. I don't think that's quite the right phrase. Is phraseology a word? The right phraseology? I don't know. The right phrase. So, yeah, okay, that's all I have to say. I'm off to work right now. Yeah. All right. See you tomorrow. Roger out.